Evaluating expressions. To be able to evaluate expressions, we need to review how to substitute. So for example, if it says, b plus 4, and it has to tell you what to plug in for b for us to solve it down to one term. So they might say b equals 2. So we would just substitute 2 for b, rewrite it, and then use order of operations to solve. Okay. You might also have to distribute sometimes, and distribute is when we have something on the outside being multiplied to something on the inside, and it would have to have adding or subtracting in between in the parentheses. Sometimes they like to trick us and put an add or divide in there. You can only distribute when you have multiply or divide. I'm sorry, boo, when you have add or subtract inside. So we'll go over, distributing the b, and we would get ba plus by. So that's always kind of a cute little trick that we always used in 6th grade to teach distributive property. So we just take the outside and distribute to everything on the other side. Combining like terms, remember that we can combine letters with letters. We can also combine things that have the same exponent. Of course, numbers with numbers, letters with letters. Now we could not combine x to the 3rd power with x to the 2nd power because they don't have the same exponents, but we could combine x to the 3rd. I'm just going to put a subtraction sign, and minus x to, I'm going to say 2x to the 3rd minus x to the 3rd. And we could actually subtract that, and we get x to the 3rd. Okay, so just kind of a short review, very quick review on evaluating expressions, because you can definitely see this on your SAT. Okay, so here we go. An example would be, let's evaluate a times b plus 4 minus c. So definitely an algebraic expression meaning you're going to see the alphabet, letters, and numbers here. Okay, again, they will tell you what they want you to substitute. If they don't, then you're going to have some variables, some letters in your answer. Okay, here we go. So a is going to become 1/2, b is 6, and c is -12. I always like to use my parentheses there to show there was a negative, and then now I'm putting another negative, so double negatives there. Okay, here you can do two things. You can go ahead and distribute your 1/2 by multiplying, or you can use order of operations and combine what's inside. It's really up to you what you feel more comfortable with. You'll get the same answer. So I'm going to go ahead and just use PEMDAS here and combine those. So I get 1/2 times 10. And remember, negative times a negative is a positive. Being next to each other, you multiply. And then next to means multiply. So I will multiply 1/2 of 10. Now when you have a fraction of means to multiply. Sometimes it's easier to do that in your head. Sometimes it's easier to actually just multiply across and divide. But I know what 1/2 of 10 is. I know that it's 5. And the last step of my order of operations is to add. Okay, let's write this problem down. Go ahead and substitute your numbers for your variables. Use your order of operations and solve it, and then come back and let's see how you did. Okay, so our first step is to plug in the values for J. You'll notice I'm being very careful that I'm rewriting the entire problem correctly. K equals 1 and L equals 3. And at this point, if it makes you feel better, you can always write your PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I forgot to do that in my example 1. Don't forget the left to right, left to right. Okay, so I can do my parentheses first. I have no exponents. Multiply or divide left to right. Well, left to right division comes first. And then I have multiplying. So now I've completed all of that. And my last step, add or subtract.